Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Got another HP laptop in, or notebook. It's a HP model 15 CW1004NA, and it's come in for some accidental damage. So I'll quickly show you what has happened to it. If you look at that corner there, that's pretty badly damaged. I think it may have been dropped. The machine, however, does work. The screen is damaged also. It's got a crack. You can probably just see it there. If I power it up, it should display something in a moment. I like the little smiley there, the camera cover. Stops anyone from prying whose actual machine. As you can see, there's cracks everywhere. One there, and yeah, the machine does work. So it's in so the CMOS reset. We'll see about that later. So what I need to do is, rather than this machine's a pretty good machine, so I did tell the customer there's no point of chucking it away. We can repair it for a reasonable price. So we're going to change the palm rest. They're not too fussed about the little dent there. I just said that we can look at that, providing the screen fits in okay. I mean, it's only for their daughter. They just want to use it for about a year, and that's it. So I mean, even that could be probably bent back into place, but I think it would be an absolute nightmare. And there's other dents in other places as well, so better off just changing it. So I'm going to show you how to remove the palm rest. I have just taken those two things off. That is just to show where the screws are under the cover. So I'm going to start taking the back off. There's only 3 screws. These are pretty good machines. I still get them in quite a bit, but I thought this one was worthy of a video. The other ones are pretty straightforward LCD jobs. So there's 3 screws there. Remember that there's three there, and what colour they are, and then you've got a few screws along the bottom. 1 there, 2 and 3. So we'll get them out as well. You can use a manual. I'm using a manual for this one, and they are silver. Those screws, in my view, are specific to that cover only. There aren't any other screws anywhere in this machine. I don't think there's anything underneath here, as far as I know. So let's try and get this cover on. So just get it like a thin, like a card. I use this all the time. It's one of my best friends. I use them every day. Or my nails, if I haven't cut them, which I haven't at the moment. So this, it's got a crack there as well, but I'm not too fussed about that. You know, there's so much you can do. It's only for the year for the customer, so they're not that really bothered, as long as the person gets a year out of it. But I think it will last a lot longer than that, a lot longer. So you'll hear some cracking maybe in a moment. There you go. So that's off. Put that to one side, straight to my mat. Okay, so what we need to do now is, I would advise, if you, I do it anyway, just in case I get called to do another job quickly, urgently, I might forget where things go. So just remember there's certain screws that go in certain places. You've got a couple of black ones there, silver ones go here, the black one there as well. To be honest, it's only a screw, but if I was you, take a picture like I just have, just in case you forget where things do go. And I'm going to start just releasing the flex doors and removing certain things, because what we need to do, we need to take the motherboard out. Take the motherboard out, take everything out around it as well. So you got this SD card port, card reader there, got the USB port connectors over here, the flexes, everything has to come out. The fans, the whole lot needs to come out. And we're going to transfer everything to a new palm rest. It's called a palm rest. is where your palms rest. It hasn't come with a home button, a mouse pad. So that needs to be removed from the old one. As you can see, it's a brand new part. So exactly the same. So hopefully, yeah, this should be a pretty straightforward job. So let's go ahead and let's remove the battery first of all. So I'm going to remove the battery. Here, what you could actually do as you're going along, you could actually have the other board close by, and which I've got here, and you can say, right, do you know what? I'm actually going to take stuff out. I'm going to put it in as I go along. That way, it might make it a little bit easier for you to not forget where things go. So I've just showed you what you can do. Okay, so that goes there. Now I'm going to lift off the palm rest. So yeah, there you go. I have released the palm rest, and I'm going to pull out now the charging connector, which is just there. I'm actually going to put that in to the machine to the other side now, so I don't. At least that's one job less I have to worry about. It goes in at an angle. There you go, that's in. Now we need to take off the speakers. So they will route. They've got these little plastic things that stick out, and you can just route the cable onto the new palm rest. So I'm actually going to do that now, so that's another job out the way. I don't care about this screen, so I can just put that on there. And that goes, I think it goes like that, doesn't it? So you've actually forgot how it goes. So I took it off, there you go, that's fine. And then just route it through the chassis. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, that goes like so. Okay, goes there. Just push that in there, the cable. I used to hate awkward silences. That was a long one. Anyway, that goes like so. So that's in for the moment. Bezel's already coming off that one. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take off the mouse pad off the palm rest. I'm going to put that onto the new one straight away. There's a plate here to hold the bottom of the palm rest. That is held in by three screws. And there's another 2 screws just behind this plastic sheet. So just lift that off carefully. Doesn't really matter, I'm not using it anyway, so. And what I'm going to do with this part here, because I know the keyboard will be okay, I'm actually going to ask the customer if I can keep the old part, and what I will do, I will remove the keyboard here, and I will use it on another machine that we may get in the future, and one of our own machines that need a refurb or something like that, we can just take the keyboard off here. So there's the mouse pad, that's all off. So just check there's nothing else on this board that you do need to take off. There is a couple of things that I have seen which I have not taken off. This one, so I think there's a plastic LED cover thing here for the light. I don't know whether that can come out. And there's also one on this side, so I'm gonna have to prise them out with a blade or a screwdriver or something. It's quite strange that the new one hasn't come with that. So, okay, that's come out, that one. Now we need to know how to get it in. So, goes. Okay, stay there. Now the old mouse pad, we can put that in now. So you need to slide it from underneath, from the top side, sorry. And what was it from this side? Oh yeah, okay, that's fine, that's in. And remember to put the bracket in place. And there's 3 screws for that, so we know which ones they are. They're the smaller ones. So what I'm going to do at the moment, I'm just going to put one screw in the middle there, and on the top side, I'm going to put the other one in so it's all secure. While I'm doing that, okay. There's 3 screws there. Done. There's some film on the old Palmrest. It goes round. There's a little screw here as well, actually. There as well. And that is just like a lock thing that people use. So that underneath that hole. So I'm going to put that underneath here. Put that up a little bit. It's got a guide there, so that hole there goes into the hole just there. So again, you can't really get it wrong. Get that out of the way for the moment. That'll be like to protect the board. If there is any liquid or whatever, it will just do something to protect it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put this bracket in there. I put the screw for that. I think it was one of these anyway. There you go, that's done. So now that I'm quite happy with having the scan around, make sure the thing is left to transfer across to the new Palmrest. Yeah, it's all looking like it's all over now, and that's fine. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, I'm just having another look. Sorry, I'm waffling now. I'll put the speakers in. Speaker cable have come out again. It's because I lifted off this speaker. Just push that through there. Okay, that's great. So what I'm actually going to do before I put that Palmrest together, I want to actually get the LCD in first, because I do know one thing: getting this bezel in sometimes is an absolute pig. So I want to do it while I've got the screen out, the screen away from. This usually is stuck down. Not stuck down there, look. I assume it's been off. Yeah, there's some sticky stuff here, but there's nothing there, so I'll put a bit of tape along here. So now we're going to remove the LCD from the top cover. There's only 2 screws, so there's usually some sticky stuff. Oh, it's not. There is a little bit, you can feel the tension. There you go. And there's probably some on this side as well. Sometimes you may need to heat up the top cover from the back, but for the hairdryer, and that will soften up the bonding. Or sometimes there's a little thing that you pull out from here, and you just get your tweezers, pull it out, roll it as you're going along, pull it out, and that will release. Okay, so I'm just going to put that over here so I can get access to the flex. This is how it's been happened before. You can tell because it's the plastic has been disturbed. There's not enough tape. There's only 2 pieces there. So there you are. There's the old LCD. So what I want to do first of all, I want to remove this tape that's on there. Screwdriver for that, and I'm going to apply 2 more strips of tape. I'm going to put it all the way down the side, just there. My scissors, I'll just go and grab those. Right, let's cut the tape. Just going to put it just there. Up to there will be enough. This is double-sided, obviously. Quite strong. I would recommend that put it all back together and then stick the screen down, test it afterwards, but I'm quite confident that the screen that I've ordered is the exact same one, so it'll be absolutely fine. So let me get the new screen. Get all this out of the way. So here's the new LCD. Make sure it's the right one. Glossy, yes, it is glossy. So yeah, here's the new screen. I'm just going to put it in now. It's the right one. Put that there like that for now. What I'm going to do is can pull the flex away from the, be careful here because I'm doing it in a way that could be risky. It could damage the actual screen, but it should be okay. Make sure the flex is in properly. Get the LCD connector out, and I'm just going to check it all fits in nicely. Yes, it does. Okay. all good. So I'm just going to remove the tape now. I'm resting the LCD on my chest at the moment, so it doesn't fall and crack. Just pull these out. There you go. Rest it back down, make sure it's in the right place. There you go, like that. Because now being stuck down, that's not going to fall out. Okay. What I want to do actually is just put the bezel on now, because I do know they can be tricky to put on. So I'm going to give it a go. That is going to give me a bit of concern. That corner, maybe the bezel won't fit, so I might have to just tape it down. I'd like to tape this down, but I want to make sure. No, that's, see, it's absolutely bang on. That's bang on now. Okay. Lift that film on this side, and yeah, that's quite good. Yeah, that should be okay. What I might do on this side, I'm going to put a little bit of tape on that side. I think that's the bezel's actually got a bit of a bend in it. Just there. And tape, put a little bit of thin tape that side, and one here. And put the tape across there as well, which there should have been some there. And then we'll. It's going to be very thin though, so. Okay, so here's the tape. Just going to put it on. I could put it on the bezel actually. There's some on there, but it's not. It's all, yeah. If I take the old one off, it'll take a bit long, so I'll keep it on there. I'll put some new tape on. So up to the edge of the screen. Let's get my little scissors. People say, oh yeah, it's only a screen, dead easy. Oh, you do it yourself then. Simple as that, isn't it? Do it yourself. Give it a go. And then, you know, we've had people, oh yeah, I've tried it myself and I've cracked it, the new one, and I've bent this, done that. It's purely because it's just lack of experience. It's not that you can't do it, it's not capable of doing it. It's just lack of experience. You know, we've been in this game a hell of a long time, over 20 years. We have made mistakes, definitely, but that's how you learn. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's fine. It might be costly. If you want to do this stuff yourself, then you've got to give it a go. And you know, try it out. I've been opening up stuff since I was 11 years old. My parents used to go out the house sometimes. They'd go out and you know, back in the day, you could leave your kids alone for a little while. It'd be fine. Well, nowadays there's nutters everywhere. But you, yeah, I used to leave them in the house. I used to, right, what's in the back of that TV? So, and in the olden days, it would be the massive tube TVs, and I'd open up the back with a screwdriver, find out what's going on. I ain't got a clue what is, but kind of give you an idea of how things, if you've got that kind of mind for it. That interest. I used to open radios as well, hi-fis, just try to open everything. Anything that had a board in it, I'd open it. I'll have a go at that. And why not? No idea it would turn out to be something that I'd do for a living, but here you go. That seems to be okay. I'm not entirely happy with that. Okay, that's clipped in. So that's fine. I'm just going to peel this off slowly. It's a bit of it's behind the bezel, so I'm going to put it back on again. Which looks good when you you put a new screen on and the customer sees that and think, oh wow, okay, yeah, good job, good jab. As Hancock said in, Will Smith said in Hancock, good jab. That's what this is. Good jab. But yeah, anyway, we need a Hancock too, don't we? Actually, we need. That was a good movie. You know, wouldn't mind watching one of those again. Right, so the screen is done. I'm quite happy with that when that's turned out. In fact, it's absolutely mint. Yeah, very good. I'll say so myself. It's just a lot easier doing it this way. So now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the screen into the chassis. So that goes this way, and I'm going to try and measure it up like so, and hold on to the hinges. Hold on to the hinges and pull it back. Okay, there you go. That is now well and truly closed. So remember the screws we mentioned earlier? So one goes in there. You've got the arrows. You can't get it wrong. If you do, don't blame me. That's your fault. There's one. Flip that up. Generally, you'll find the screws that go into the hinges are a little bit thicker than the other ones. And then, see, there's one in there. As far as I remember. If you're not sure, if you have genuinely forgotten, just get your back cover and you'll see. So you should have, if you look through the holes, you should have empty screw holes. Okay. We want to tighten, not loosen. The machine was loosening just then. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's done. What I'm going to do now, that's the old screen. Get that out of the way. All I need now is the back cover from that side. I'm actually going to put in this board, the USB board. Let's put that in now. It's not going in. Something blocking it there. It's the, I know what it is, it's the LCD connector, the charging port. Okay, it's just there. I should now push that out of the way. Should that sit in place? There you go. There was a screw, with those silver ones. And that, as far as I know, it's a black one. There's one silver one there which I didn't put in earlier. Okay, that just sits in place. That's all connected. I'm happy with that. Yeah, that looks good. So now to put in the motherboard. Get the flex wire off. Make sure the flexes are out of the way, and this side should just slot in. So make sure you get the headphone jack through the hole. Make sure it's not sticking up anywhere. Okay, there's the speaker wire connector. Speaker connector, sorry. Just go in place. The LCD connector. I'm putting all the flexes in now. And all I need to do is go around screwing everything in, and that should be working fine then. Seems so long, that does, doesn't it? That's just the way it is. So it goes in this way. Show the right side. It's this way. DC plus, yeah, that way. Okay, so that goes like so. And put the antenna cable in, the Wi-Fi antenna connector. That will pop on. Like so. Okay. So that's in. There's nothing else goes in there. That's great. I'm going to put in the actual drive now. Screw that in place. Slowly. Okay. Put this tape securely on as well. Put the screws in now, or the silver ones. Then we have to refer to my picture because I think I forgot where the black ones go. There is one black one. Oh, that's someone. Goes in there. This one. I'm actually going to refer to my photograph because I've actually forgot where they go. Okay, so you've got 3 screws that are for the back cover. You've got the other 2 screws that are for the bottom cover. 3 screws, sorry. So that's basically it. I think I did leave 2 screws out. I didn't put 2 screws into the top of the bezel where the screen goes in, but I'm not too fussed about that because it's taped down. It ain't going to go anywhere. I don't think I did anyway because I've got 2 screws here. And I'm sure for that. Look, things happen. I'll try and lift the bezel off and see if I can get the screw in without taking the screen off. Let's try and do that now. So these are the things that you have to deal with when you're doing this job. So if I just lift the bezel off, yeah, you see. Let's put them in now. I knew it, but at least I knew and I remembered that I didn't put them in. That side. Let's get the other one in as well. Okay. And you'll find some of the other videos that people make and they pause where they've messed up and they'll continue. So you don't realise that yes, I have missed something out, but I'm quite realistic. We're all human beings, we forget things. I certainly do, as you've just witnessed. I'm just going to switch the machine on while we're before I put the back cover on. So we should have power. As you can see, the power light has come on just there. And all we need to see now is a display. I've got nothing so far. Oh, there you go. Job done. It says here, reset CMOS, which has, obviously because the battery has been taken out. I'm going to press enter, make sure the keyboard works. It does work. And you should see, what's this say? Please install operating system on your hard disk. Boot device not found. That's not possible because there was something on there. Let's have a look. F2 system diagnostic. I'll do that later, there's no big deal. But for the moment you can see that it has all been installed. All we need to do now is put the back cover on, and that's pretty straightforward. So see you on the next one.